Hello and welcome back to my RC channel. I'm AndyRC and today's video is for Gear Best. So I've been asked to comment on the changes between the DT140 Space Wolf that I initially received against the ones that were sent out to customers which were different for some reason. Now I get the impression that Gear Best were just as surprised as myself to see a different spec being sent out, because when I asked them why that was, they said they didn't know why. So there are two things different in this, let's call it the updated version, and they are the motors and the camera. So the original one has 1506 3400 kV motors and a CMOS 16:9 camera, which was really bad quality. So I ended up using this model as a platform to try out the new Runcam Micro V3 among other things. And this new one has a 1408 3600 kV motor, and in my testing this motor actually performed better than the 1506 motor. So a 14 size stator motor will generally have less torque than a 15 size stator motor, but the stator is taller on the 1408 and it's also a higher kV motor. So in my test the model went 92 mph with these new motors, and the old version only managed 62 mph. Now I do think the props have quite a bit of say in that as well, because the original came with these low pitched props which are also included in this new package, but you also get given the Dow 3050 tri-blades which are much higher in pitch. But in short, I actually don't think the motor change was a bad thing. The biggest problem with this package, new or old, is the camera. And it's not just this product either. Now, it's listed on the website as a CCD camera, and it's not. It's a 16:9 CMOS camera, and this one in particular is really poor quality. The field of view is really narrow, so it makes the model really difficult to fly, and it's going to be the reason why people aren't going to buy it, because the rest of the components are really nice, which makes it a shame really. We have the HLRC V2 stack with smart audio, and the frame is really nice with lots of room to add other stuff. Oh, I should say, there's a bit of noise being introduced to the image, and the HLRC stacks usually come with a capacitor, and that's designed to fit to the battery cable, and that's to eradicate noise. So it would be my advice to add that on there as well, because yeah, there's a bit of noise coming through to the picture, and that noise also feeds through to the flight controller and can affect how the copter flies as well. But the camera situation needs to change. For example, the camera used on the Helifar X140 is a proper CCD camera, and it's a pretty good quality one as well. And if you fit this camera to all of these models, then they might have a chance of selling. But the only way these copters are going to get anyone's interest at the moment is if the price is low enough for them to budget buying a decent camera on top of buying the model, which I don't think many people are going to do, because there are so many other models that they can buy at this price point. So for me, the poor quality camera situation needs to change, and if not, then the website needs to be at least updated, because it is wrong. And this subject is confusing for people as well, because CMOS cameras are taking over in terms of picture quality from companies like Runcam and FRSKY, but the ones that are being used on these models are a really poor quality CMOS camera, and they don't deal with light change very well. The colors are flat, and I actually think the picture is very grainy as well. So for me, it's the camera that makes this one a no-go. So there you go, those are my comments on the updated version of the DT140, and the same goes for the DT160 as well, which I've already reviewed on the channel, because the only difference between those two is the frame. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.